My name is Charlie, and I worked with the 75th Ranger Regiment.
My name is Lee, and I'm a former member of the 75th Ranger Regiment.
My name is Chris. I'm a former member of the 75th Ranger Regiment.
On May 16th, I received a letter from the Department of Defense asking me if I wanted to accept a job that they were offering. It involved a recon operation in the United States, so that meant it wasn't going to be extremely dangerous or high risk. So I accepted it. They also needed 2 other guys who would accept this as well.
So Lee called me one day, and he was wondering if I wanted to be part of the job that he'd been asked to do, because he needed an extra guy. And I obviously said yes. I then asked my friend Chris if he wanted to come along with us. I told him, I gave him the descriptions, it was good paying. It was gonna be fun, and he accepted.
Roughly 6 days later, started the op.
So the whole point of the op was to basically figure out the subject's habits. Are they inside most of the day, are they outside? Are they away from their house? Is he doing anything suspicious?
When we were given the coordinates, we were able to see the layout of his property is a bigger property. So he's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. What makes sense, big house, big property, in the middle of nowhere, rebellious against the government, kind of all lining up and making some sense.
Once we were through with all the hiking, we set up camp, and after we set up camp, we immediately started talking about what rounds we were going to take and who was going to go where, pathways, and then shifts for night jobs, who could do what at certain times.
So towards the end of the first day, we started off with Charlie. He had the first shift. There was around, I think, 2 or 3 hours, and we just kept rotating out within me, him, and Lee throughout the whole entire night.
Our first sign that we had arrived at the property was we had landed in a field about a quarter mile below the actual AO. This was inside the property, and so we decided this would be a good place. It didn't look like there was a lot of foot traffic, a lot of vehicles being driven around that area, so we decided that was a good place to set up a temporary camp. And with that, we set one up. So then the next morning after that, we began our operation.
So whenever we finally arrived to the location we were hiking towards, there wasn't much movement at all. For about the first couple hours, we didn't see anything really. We didn't hear anything or anyone.
We were very confused about the whole situation because seemed like there was nobody there. And then around 1400, we got an ID on someone.
Christian, I got eyes on somebody. He's working right in front of me. I don't know exactly what he's doing.
Now, mind you, this is a weekend, so there could have been more people. They were just out. But there was only one person this time, and we didn't know if there was going to be more or if this was it. But we kept a close eye on it.
After the very first day, we noticed that the things we were seeing really weren't lining up. The kid just seemed like a normal kid.
So we go back to camp, and the next day we head back to the AO. And when we get there, we see another car, and then there's more people there. And they didn't seem like it seemed like they lived there. So after we gather all the information about the family's movements and their habits, we then head back to camp, and we start getting ready a little bit earlier, around 0500. to see if we can get some more morning patterns. We woke up a little bit earlier the next morning, and as we're getting ready, we hear people talking. So we hear something. We don't know if it's an animal. We don't know if it's people. We just don't know. But as they get closer, it sounds like more than one of something. So we get a little bit more cautious.
A couple minutes later, the noise started getting louder and louder. I actually started hearing voices in the distance. And then I just shouted, "Hey."
Been hearing those noises in the woods?
I'm hearing some voices over there too.
Hey! Oh my god. Let's go.
And the next thing you knew, there were a couple rounds just slinging towards us. And I remember Charlie took cover behind a couple of trees. And then me and Lee just rushed to the cover that we could find the fastest.
We need to get to the road now. Go, 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 go.
Move to the road!
We try to converge together in one spot, and in the middle of that, Chris ended up getting hit.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. You good? I got you.
Charlie and Lee had to help drag me over to the road.
Okay, I got you.
And so, just by default, threw a tourniquet on his leg and started dragging him back to some cover.
Almost there, bud. Almost there.
Okay, just a couple more twists. Alright, you good. Come on, y'all. Alright, keep going. Push.
So we finally made it back to the road, and we found a whole team of, I guess it was SWAT or something. They had us retained, and then as we started talking and they started talking to us, they applied more medical to Chris, and Charlie and I tried to explain to them that we were United States military and just PMCs, and that's when they realized that either we made a big mistake, they made a big mistake, or somebody else did. And that's when we started to get it all resolved.
I feel like somebody fudged up the coordinates because that is not a common mistake with our military. And I feel like it needs further investigation.